Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play WazHack. So we're starting with a clean slate today, fresh character, because our huntresses got killed the last time. So, who shall we be today? I'm tempted to try a wizard, but I mean the last few wizard runs we've had have been pretty disappointing. Our best runs have been wizards, but I feel like maybe that's more coincidence than the quality of the wizard class. So let's take a barbarian. Because I feel like, and someone remarked on this, I think it was Getter remarked on this in the comments in one of the recent videos, that maybe we're spreading ourselves too thin here, trying to be generalists a bit too much. And I do feel a little like that, like I'm trying to cover too many bases. And the barbarian is very much a melee class, so I feel like it might actually be advantageous for us to focus on the barbarian's melee capabilities and not try to stretch ourselves too much on all the various other fronts. Right. I mean, the other melee classes like the Valkyrie and the Knight, yes, they're good, but they can also pick up a bit of spell casting and that kind of thing. Whereas the Barbarian is pretty much just committed to being a tank. That armor, of course, is too small for us. It actually is that brick floating? It looked like there was a brick floating above our dog there. That was weird. It's worth taking that armor. I mean, if nothing else, we can probably sell it at some point. I will take the kobold innards and I will eat them right now. Should have looked at our inventory straight away, really. So we now have an apple, some potions, the armour that we're not going to wear, and some bread, and an assortment of mystery scrolls. Now, of course, there's a chance that one of the scrolls is an identify. Goblin Bill's jewelled wand? Where did that wand come from? Yeah, there's a chance that one of the scrolls is an identify. So, let's use that now. That one. Yes. Good guess. So, since our plan of identifying wands wherever possible does seem to have served us reasonably well, let's stick with that for now. Wand of cold, even. 8 charges. Since we have some spare charges, let's identify some other scrolls. Create monster. Don't really want that. Okay. Spellbook is going to be essentially no use to us because I think the barbarian is effectively all but incapable of casting any spells. More kobold innards. Scoff them down. Our pet caught up with us. I did wonder, but I wasn't too concerned. Lots of create monster scrolls. Not at all what I'm looking for. Because the monsters, of course, will actually be hostile to us. It's not like they're scrolls of create friendly monster. They're scrolls of create hostile monster. Okay. So if we're going to try and focus... I mean, gastronomy is generally a good thing to pick up. But let's focus on getting our weapon knowledge and our weapon precision up. So for now, let's start with weapon precision. And I think the next level up we get will take a level of weapon knowledge. And we'll start trying to focus on getting the best out of the weapons we have. And see if we can kind of focus down the way we're building our character. Getter did, again, he's a viewer / sort of acquaintance via the Rogue Temple forums and such. So there's our weapon knowledge. He did suggest, the phrase he used was glass cannon. I didn't want to be too glass, because I'm generally not sufficiently adept at games to avoid taking damage, but I think he has a point about focusing as much as possible on really our strengths here, which are melee damage and carrying capacity. Melee damage and carrying capacity are really our main advantages as the barbarian. We don't need to eat the innards because we're already full. I did pick up a wooden shield. I think our greatsword is a two-handed weapon. I could be wrong, but I think it is. It doesn't say, but I reckon it probably is. So we probably don't want to use that shield, but again, it doesn't hurt to carry it with us. We have a fairly substantial carrying capacity as the barbarian. So we've got another level up already, so let's put a second level into weapon precision. And so we should be in a position now where we're rapidly gearing up our combat performance. Okay. So, I mean, we have a lot of identify scrolls, so although we don't have another wand to identify, it's probably worth spending one to identify this gem for a start, sapphire. And let's see. Maybe potions or the other scroll. Let's identify the other scroll. Scroll of remove curse. What else is worth it? Yeah, maybe a potion. Maybe. But let's identify the bronze splint mail suit in case it's something enchanted and we can get more money for it. It's blessed, so that's something. So, let's get rid of the splint mail, the scale mail, both of the sapphires. They will net us quite a lot of money. I mean, 78 coins each, so between the two of them, that will get us quite a lot of cash. I will also sell the Create Monster Scroll. I know there are, well, several of them in fact. I know there are people out there who, I know there are people out there who are of the opinion that you should use Create Monster Scrolls and wands to basically grind enemies. But firstly, I don't like grinding anyway. Secondly, I don't think grinding is very interesting to watch for you. And thirdly, Create Monster Scrolls are a bit of a gamble. You could create something far too powerful for you to deal with at the moment. Or you could create, 8 enemies or something. I've seen armies appear out of a Create Monster. So I think it's too much of a gamble for me to feel comfortable farming them for experience. Even if that was the kind of thing I generally choose to do, which it isn't. I didn't want the dagger, I wanted the meat. Where's the meat? There it is. So throw the dagger back on the floor in disgust. Actually, you know what? Might as well sell it to this guy. Why the hell not? He's right there. Actually, same thing with the shield. Might as well sell him the shield. What the hell? Okay. Now let's see what he has to sell to us. Unidentified potions. No identify scrolls. That's a shame. Forked wand. Could buy the wand. We have enough scrolls to identify it. Yeah, let's do that. Don't do things like that very often, generally. I tend to favour not blowing hundreds of coins on unknown scrolls, but we have enough identified. Ah! And that's identified everything! Excellent. Excellent, excellent. So that was actually a pretty good play. An even better play because it turned out to be a wand of teleportation. So now we have a wand of cold for, sort of striking power during combat, and we have an escape route in the form of wand of teleportation. And we know how many charges each of them has because we identified them properly. So that's actually a really good outcome. That puts us in quite a strong position. I could, of course, sell the battle axe, but I want to hang on to a backup weapon, like a secondary weapon, in case something happens to our sword. Hopefully it won't, but you can never be certain with WazHack. And another wand. So we'll probably want to identify that again shortly. Don't want to eat the jackal meat just yet, but I will pick it up. Another Create Monster Scroll, which I don't want. More gems. What's that? Curved sword. I mean, I guess curved sword could be good. Oh, alright, we got teleported. I suspect we don't have much proficiency with curved sword, but it could be worth taking in case it's something unusual. You don't see many weapons called curved sword around, so that kind of makes me wonder if it's potentially something Not enchanted, but sort of one of the unique named weapons in the game. Could be. So since we've actually picked up another wand as well, I'm going to use yet another scroll of identify. Start with the fat wand. Wand of create monster. Oh, well that was all we got to identify. That's unfortunate, but never mind. So, immediately sell our boots because we can't wear them with our gigantic feet. And also sell... Are there any potions we don't want? Potions of oil probably aren't going to be much use to us. I've never found a use of them, for me at least. Cursed Potion of Speed is probably a bit bum. Remove Curse, fine. I'll hang on to Curved Sword. I'll get rid of Wand of Create Monster as well. So does he have anything else that we might want to buy with our small fortune of cash here? Not really. Let's move on. Hopefully we'll find another shopkeeper. I mean, there's a chance that we might find something like a baker who we would find it useful to expend money on for non-starvation purposes, as it were. Alright. I guess I'll take Kobold Shaman Innards. I'm not necessarily convinced that's a good choice, but it'll do. Now, our fullness has worn off a little bit, so I'm going to eat large Kobold Innards, and I'm going to feed something to our pet. Feed him. The Goblin Innards are getting old, which means it might make him sick, but it might not. Yeah, he seems fine with that. So hopefully that will keep him both alive and on side for longer. As several people have pointed out, I do have a habit of not feeding the pet and just scarfing all of the innards and things for myself, which will eventually cause him to become kind of disinterested and refuse to follow me or participate in combat. So it's a good idea. When I'm in a fairly healthy state of food anyway, it's probably a good idea to feed him my extra food items. I'll take the arrows. If nothing else, I can probably sell them for a few coins at some point. Another potion of oil, which doesn't really interest me. Regular viewers will notice that I am finally ignoring fountains. Because yes, it's true they can have useful effects, but if you're a long-term viewer, you will be well aware of just how often we get water nymphs and what a nuisance they are. I'm going to take this bag. I did have a quick look at the WazHack wiki to try and determine whether bags or sacks can become holding or Midas items. From what I can tell, only bags, so not this because this is a sack, only leather bags can become a bag of holding, which reduces the weight of items you put inside. Which obviously isn't the most useful item to someone with a high carrying capacity like the Barbarian anyway, but it doesn't hurt. But I believe a Midas bag could come from being a sack. The wiki actually didn't say whether bags or sacks become Midas bags. So with those, I'm just going to have to continue experimenting. So let's add stuff. What shall I add? Let's add a violet gem. No, not a violet gem. An orange gem. Just one. Okay, it didn't tell me that it turned anything into gold, so it's not a Midas bag. And it's not going to be a bag of holding because it's not a leather bag, so I'll just chuck it away. But it's worth experimenting with, I guess. I'm not sure whether a Midas bag will actually contain items when you find it. I suppose considering it turns everything you put in it into gold, it might be a little curious if it already contained non-goldified items when you get to it in the first place. But I don't know if that's how the game works it, so I don't want to make any assumptions there. We're not full to bursting anymore, so let's scoff down jackal meat. And we will also throw a bit of jackal meat to our dog here. Oh, I don't want to investigate the door. I do want to take the scroll. Oh, well, I guess we're investigating it anyway. So, I should have thought I wouldn't be able to pick up that scroll with impunity. I rushed that a bit. So let's see what we've got here. We don't have anything that's going to be particularly useful against the dwarf. We do, of course, have our Wand of Cold and our Wand of Teleportation if necessary, but I'm hoping we can just take these dwarves out by hand the old-fashioned way. So we need another level 1 talent before we can get level 2 weapon knowledge. Level 1 weapon knowledge isn't a lot of use to us. You can sense the better weapon when dual wielding. We're not dual wielding, so that doesn't interest me. Maybe we should try dual wielding with the Barbarian one day, but for now, identifying the quality of a weapon by using it, and more importantly, appraising weapons like a Dwarvish Smith, are the things I'm trying to go for here. And of course, level 3 weapon precision gives us that much more efficacy in combat, so I do want to strive towards both of those, but we need another level 1. And sticking with the theme of trying to focus down our combat route here, I'm going to take a level of Mighty Blows. Though Fury is tempting, you gain +2 to hit enemies when you're below quarter hit points. I hope to avoid getting that low if possible, so I feel like Mighty Blows is probably a good choice. Oh, the wolf pup died, you little shit! Unbelievable. Well, at least now we get to take level 2 in something, so let's take level 2 weapon knowledge for now. And I will search the bodies of these dwarves. There's nothing I particularly want there, but I will take their armour and shoes and whatnot. I don't know if I have any healing potions to give to our dog. Yeah, possibly not. I guess let's just try out one of the unidentified potions and hope for the best. No, don't know what that was. No. No healing potions. So we might actually just have to do without our pet here, because we don't seem to have anything to heal her with. I mean, I guess black potions could be healing potions, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's even built into the game as a possibility. I don't think I've ever seen a black potion be a healing potion. Triangular Amulet, Mystery Scroll, another hexagonal one, or another wand, this time hexagonal. We're actually kind of starting to run out of scrolls of Identify, but it is important to know what the wands are. And if we get extra uses, I'll then go for Triangular Amulet, and thereafter I'll see what else needs Identify. Wand of Nothing with 8 charges. As far as I'm aware, Wand of Nothing has literally no use. I don't think it has any effect at all, as the name would suggest. If it does, then I don't know what the effect is. So now, since we have extra uses of the scroll, let's go with Triangular Amulet. Cursed Amulet of Strangulation. I'm not going to identify any of the clothes, because we can't wear any of those anyway. So, let's try Curved Sword. It's just a scimitar. Or scimitar, if you prefer. What about black potions, just in case? Potion of Ink. Figured it might be. Still no way to bring our dog back from the dead. As I said, we might have to just do without our pet, which I'm not hugely happy about. That's a Scroll of Identify. I don't want to deal with that door and the dwarves and things that will probably come out of it, but I do want that Scroll of Identify. No potions that are going to be particularly useful. I guess we're going to have to just tank it out. We did deal with the previous door without too much difficulty, so let's have a try. And who knows, we might even be able to sneak away. So we'll use Pickup. No, they did come out. Oh, Dwarf Lord. And we've lost a lot of our health here, so I'm going to use Wand of Cold. And then hopefully take them out, or at least take one of them out before we proceed here. Of course, the absence of any healing, healing potions at all does make this extra difficult. Come on. There we go. Defeated that lot. We apparently can't get over the ice. I'm going to pick up the dwarf innards and run away. Shit me. Okay. More and more and more dwarves. Okay, I guess it's going to have to be Wand of Cold again. Wow. Apparently I missed. That's interesting. I might teleport myself away in a moment. But there's something I want to look at first. How close are we to a level up? I'm not sure if anything shows us how close we are. We're very close. 4 points away from a level up. So, in order to avoid wasting another charge of our Wand of Cold, I'm actually going to teleport this guy away. And hopefully hide here. Have a rest. Get some health back. And then, with a bit of luck... yeah, we'll get most, if not all, of our health back before we have to deal with any dwarves again. I was going to say, with a bit of luck, we'll at least get enough health back to enable us to kill one of those dwarves and thereby gain another level and get more of our health back. We're going to have to pass this door because I really don't want to go into the gnomish mines. Yeah, thought more dwarves might emerge. Okay. We can take level 3 of one of these. I'm going to take weapon precision for now. Because I feel with the combat difficulties we're having here, weapon precision is more useful in the short term than weapon knowledge is. See, I feel like weapon precision was what enabled us to deal with that as effectively as we did in the end. Wow. The Barbarian has actually become burdened. I'm not sure I've ever seen that before. So I guess we'll stop picking up dwarven crap. And in fact we'll throw some of it away. So let's discard the stuff we just picked up on the armour front. Like that. There we go. Fine. And we'll head back over this way. Oh, another dwarf, really? Holy crap! Am I going to have to use a Wand of Cold on him? I think I am. It's either that or get killed. Wow, that was depressing. So, infuriatingly, we had to expend a lot of our resources to... we'd better eat some of this meat before it goes bad. Don't want rotten kobold innards. I'll eat dwarf innards. And more dwarf innards. Yeah, infuriatingly... we had to... do we want to eat the meat of our dog? I'll take it with us. I'm nothing if not sentimental. I'll take bits of the carcass of our recently destroyed by monsters pet with us. Yeah, I'm frustrated that we had to use up as much of our stock of resources as we did just to get that one scroll of Identify that was outside that door. I really didn't expect that many dwarves to come piling out of it. But there you go. There's a lesson for me. Even an Identify scroll isn't necessarily worth it. Bugbear is an issue. We do have some unidentified potions, but there's a good chance that the magenta potion could be a healing potion, since we haven't found any healing potions yet. So what I'm going to do is I will expend a potion of hallucination on him. I actually don't know if that affects an enemy's combat prowess, but I have no other use for it. So we'll do that. He fell surprisingly easily. I will take the large shield. And then I guess 11 blue mushrooms. Nope. After the experience with the last small door, I definitely don't want to deal with that. Kobold zombies are frustrating because they can very easily do you a lot of damage. Because basically individual kobold zombies are resilient, but as far as I'm aware they're not that powerful. But when you get groups of them, so you're being hit by sort of 4 or 5 kobold zombies at a time, then they become much more of a concern. Okay. Let's start quaffing down some potions. Magenta potion. Potion of levitation is not what I was looking for. Puce. Bottle of booze. Bubbly. Potion of blindness. Wow, okay. Well, I guess I can eat a carrot to get my eyesight back. I just can't believe that we've picked up all of these where the hell did you come from? Well, we took her out in 2 hits, so there's that, I guess. I actually didn't intend to take her clothes with me. I hit the key to pick up any items that were there, thinking she might have dropped money or a weapon or something. I wasn't expecting to just take her clothes. But yeah, I can't believe we found as many potions as we have, and not a one of them is any kind of healing potion. That is absolutely absurd. Let's eat more wolf pup meat. And I think we'll leave it there for now. Thanks for watching as always, and rejoin me the next time to see if this slightly bizarre barbarian run actually works out reasonably well. I feel like we're being fairly successful, but at the same time, I don't necessarily feel this is going to be a long-term run. But we'll see the next time round. So until then, bye for now.